Hello, welcome to the first episode in my little mini-series, Tanket. Um, if you've been a viewer of my channel for any amount of time, or just brand new to the place, you should know that tanks have always been kind of a favorite topic of mine. I love anything tank related or just armored. So I figured I'd create this little mini-series, especially because I've been doing this as like a hobby on my own for quite a while, and I figured, after talking a couple of people's ears off, they're like, hey man, you gotta share this with the world, don't just talk to me. And I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna share my hobby. So, let me break down what I want Tanket to be, and then show you a little mock episode that I put together. So, I create little mini tanks out of aluminum foil and popsicle sticks, and then I shoot them. I shoot them with a .22 air rifle from usually about 50 feet, and then just see how many hits they can take before, they get blown to smithereens or all the crew would have died or something. So the first one I ever built was about a year ago. I made it out of actually toothpicks and very thin aluminum foil. I'll upload some pictures here you can see. And it was just an experiment, and I tried it with a little plastic bullet, and it stopped a couple hits, and then one went through, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then the next one I built was supposed to be like a heavy tank, but it was more medium. And then I shot that one with the actual bullets that are supposed to go to the air rifle, which are made out of lead, and it went straight through. And then I made some more, and varying results, and I think I've made my 6th now just about a couple weeks ago. I make them maybe once every couple months or so. But you can definitely slowly see my progression in terms of exactly what I want to get out of them. Anyways, so let me get into the actual meat and potatoes of the first little tank out here. Now, if you skip to this time, hello, once again. Thank you for still sticking around. So the first idea wasn't really an idea at all. It wasn't really premeditated. I just wanted to create a tank and then shoot at it. So I made this little thing. It weighed about 14 grams, and that was it. It had a little angled plate, like that was gonna do anything, for I think an aluminum foil folded 16 times over. And then I took a paper towel roll and cut it so that'd be the turret, and then I wrapped it with aluminum, and then I put a little mantlet on it and stuck another popsicle stick out the front and called it a day. Now you can't see it in these photos because the front mantlet was actually shot off, which I'll show you in an animation because I didn't record it. So let me break down exactly what's going on here. The animation pretty much plays in chronological order, so you can see the base of it is laid down, then the angled front plate, the turret comes in with that paper roll, and then the front plate is armored. I add a mantlet to the roll, I add supports, I have glue everywhere, then I armor the turret, I armor the roof, and then I put another mantlet on because I was afraid the first one wouldn't work. And then when shooting at it, the first bullet hit and just dented it, and it stayed there. The second one hit the mantlet and blew it off, so I just had it kind of disappear. I wasn't really sure how to animate that. And then the third one went straight through, and that would have been the kill. The first one hardly had any armor and was very light, but it was pretty much a complete prototype. I didn't know what I was doing. Now the second one, I was way more determined. I made this one out of popsicle sticks instead of toothpicks and put a lot more armor on it. Now for the turret, I just 3D printed it because I wasn't really sure how to make a proper turret yet. So here we can see it started off very similar to the last tank where I built the frame first. Now it was more angled with that front plate, and I also put an extra spacer as you can see there. Now the light gray actually represents a side panel, so the armor wasn't that thick, but the side panel had kind of covered it. Then I put on the printed turret there, which is again just a mouse turret, and it had some extra bracing inside. Now the two little light colored things there are supposed to represent these ketchup packets that I put in. Those are supposed to be my crew members. So if we go to the hit analysis here, you can actually see I have a video of the first shot, so I'll let that play right now. So you can see it basically clipped the top of that guy's head right there, the back. That would have been the driver most likely. And then also hit him with a board, which wasn't represented in the animation. Then I took the second one out and shot at it again. That one didn't do too much, it kind of just hit the same area and did the same effect. For the third hit, you can see boards kind of flying around, or popsicle sticks in this instance. And that I called the killing shot because it sent a lot of spalling everywhere along with the first shot. And at that point, 3 bullets had gone through the main hull, so there was no point in shooting it anymore. Now at this point, I wanted to take the turret and put it on an even heavier chassis, but I wasn't sure yet. We're going to have to discuss that topic in the next video, since this one's getting a little long, and also I put a lot of effort into it. I just want to see how the views are. So, thank you for watching if you came this far. I would love to keep doing this. There's a lot more tanks that I've shot at that I like to show, and a lot more that I want to build in the future. So if you liked it, leave a comment, give a like, hey, even a sub. And with that, I'll see you around later.